Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to kind of keep with the theme of our son turning 6 months this week and kind of do a 0 to 6 month necessities. So this is really based on what we consider to be necessities for our newborn to 6 months. And if you hear any crazy noises, that's the little guy, of course. Like I said in his 6 month update, he doesn't sleep. He naps. He takes 3 to 4 naps a day, 30 to 45 minutes a day. I try and do my YouTube videos, my house cleaning, sell my luxury bag items, all in those few little 30 minutes. Plus I have kids to pick up. It's just crazy. So unfortunately, I have to do videos when I can throughout the day, and sometimes that's when he's awake. I'm sorry. So you might hear a little bit of ruckus down there. It's him. These are items that we consider to be necessities from when he was a newborn until now. I say what we consider because of course everybody's going to have a different opinion on what a necessity is. So baby really just needs to be clothed, fed, diapered, and have a car seat. That's really the necessities of it. One necessity for us was the rocker or swing. We purchased the 4Moms Mamaroo and the 4Moms Rockaroo. I will tell you that we loved the 4Moms Mamaroo and Rockaroo. He, however, only liked the Rockaroo. He did go into the Mamaroo just fine. He just didn't like to be in it for an extended period of time. He really liked the Rockaroo. It soothed him. It was great. It helped put him to sleep a few times. Well, more than a few times. It helped put him to sleep. It helped keep him asleep. It was great. The only downside to that is the cost, obviously. I felt like I could have gotten a rocker that was a lot less expensive that did some of the similar things, but it is what it is. We purchased it. It was great. The Mamaroo, however, I wish I would have waited until he was born to kind of try him in it because he didn't like it, like I said, and it's kind of an expensive item to purchase. So I feel like, seriously, so I feel like I could have waited until he was born, tried out some different swings, rockers, things like that, and probably gotten away with something from Target, like a Fisher Price or something like that. However, we live in a rural area, so it's kind of hard to drive 2.5 hours with a brand new baby to get something. So, and then if I would have waited to purchase it online, I would have had to wait till it got here. I'm happy we purchased it. We tried it. If we have any more children, I don't know if they'll like it. So we'll just have to wait and see. The second necessity for us would be the swaddle blanket. We have tons and tons of swaddle blankets because how can you choose just one print when they're so stinking cute? There are so many adorable prints. So we have 2 brands that we stick with. I love the Tula as well as the Aiden and I. This one is in the woodland print because it matches his room. I love it. It's super cute. And then this Tula is in the waves print. Again, super cute because we live on the coast. I just love anything whales, nautical, waves. Like, I just seriously love it all. So we mostly use the Aiden and I swaddle blankets. I will tell you that we use them from about newborn until 4 months. Till he was about 4 months old. It really did help to kind of keep him tight and calm and soothe him. It was really part of the nighttime routine of eating, bath, swaddle, bed. Is kind of the routine that we stuck with in the beginning. It's kind of altered now, obviously, since we don't swaddle and he's doing foods, solids, and taking bottles opposed to nursing, so it's kind of changed a little bit. We do not swaddle him anymore because they recommend that once baby starts rolling over that you stop swaddling. So we don't swaddle him anymore. However, we use these daily. I mean, these swaddle blankets are great for covering up when you breastfeed, great for spit up. They're really great for a number of different things. Obviously, just a small cover up is great just on a chilly day or chilly night or something. The Tula, I do think that the Tula is a little bit thicker than the Aiden and I. The great thing about both of them is that they're totally breathable to help reduce the risk of SIDS or suffocation. I would not trust this completely 100%. I'm a total worrier, worry wart right here. So me personally, I never put him to sleep where I can't hear him, where I don't check on him with a blanket. If he has a blanket, I'm constantly checking on him, constantly making sure he's okay. If he has a blanket and he rolls over, I just make sure that the blanket is, you know, on his, at his bottom half, just covering his bottom half so that it's not up close to his face. That's just me. I am, like I said, I'm a worrier. I worry, that's just the way I am. So one of the necessities for bottle feeding are obviously bottles. You're gonna need formula and you're gonna need bottles. Exclusively breastfed the first 6 months of baby's life. I slowly started transitioning him to bottle. He started bottle feeding at about a week before he turned 6 months. What I did is I just did 1 bottle a day and then slowly built up to 2 bottles a day, 3, and then now we're at 4. And we are slowly moving from the nighttime feeding to no nighttime feeding at all. Breastfeeding, no nighttime breastfeeding. So since he's been bottle feeding, one of my favorite bottles is the Comotomo. We've had no problems with nipple confusion at all. One issue that I've read about is that baby can start to build up a preference for the bottle nipple opposed to the actual nipple when you're breastfeeding and transitioning, moving back and forth, that kind of thing. We have had no problem with that, luckily. I don't know if it's the nipple, I don't know if it's the baby, I don't know, but we've had no issues with it. Another thing that I like about the Comotomo is there's no leaking. It's a wide mouth, super easy to clean. It's made out of silicone, so it's more like, it feels a lot more like the breast. It's not hard. Although, I mean, how does baby doesn't really even realize that. But the nipple does have the shape of more like a breast nipple than most bottles do. So the Comotomos, they're great because they're super easy to clean. We haven't had any problems with gas or upset stomach or anything like that. They don't come with a ton of parts. You just got the nipple, the ring, and the bottle. So it's really easy to clean. So you don't have like a ton of parts laying around, ton of parts to clean. That's what's the beauty of it. The second thing for bottle feeding for us that was a necessity, is a drying rack. I like to keep baby's things separate. I use a different sponge for his items than I do for our dishes because my husband drives me nuts. He insists on wiping the counters and the stove with the sponge that I do the dishes with. It drives me nuts. I am a total germaphobe, so I like to use one sponge for the baby's bottles and items and one sponge for our dishes and items. And I like to also keep the drying rack separate. We don't have a dishwasher. I am the built-in dishwasher in our house. Spoon drying rack really makes it easy for me. It's really nice because you can place all of your bottles around the edges of the Boone drying rack, which will help you keep space in the middle for more things. I mean, I can fit seriously probably 15 bottles. We don't even have that many bottles, but you could probably fit 10 to 15 bottles on that drying rack along with the nipples and the rings and other items. I do have the Boone twig in the middle to hang more nipples and rings on, which is great, saves more room, and it's super easy to clean. You just dump out the water once it collects in the bottom tray, and then you can wipe out the tray, you can wipe off the grass, whatever you need to do to make it clean. If you do have a dishwasher, you can run that through the dishwasher and it's clean, good as new. So the next item that I believe is a necessity in breastfeeding is a breastfeeding pillow. So I love the Boppy pillow. It's my absolute favorite. I love it because baby you can be totally hands-free while feeding baby. You can use it for breastfeeding, you can use it for bottle feeding. It doesn't really matter. But baby can be on the pillow, propped up. He sees himself kind of, he's like, what's that? Baby can be on the pillow. You can be hands-free. You can be sending messages, emails. You can be watching TV. You can be reading a book, whatever it is. They're great. I personally like the Boppy just because that's what I've always used. I love the changeable covers. I love the price. And the other great feature with the Boppy is that it's totally usable from 0 to 6 months. It really is. So we started putting him on the Boppy on his tummy time when he was about 2-3 months old, I believe. The great thing about that is it keeps them at a prop. It keeps them kind of propped up so they're not so bored just being flat on their stomach. And as you probably know, babies need tummy time. It's great development for their neck muscles. They're going to need it to learn to crawl. They have to be on the floor, on their tummies. They need to be on their tummy to learn all of those things. And then once they start sitting up, so you just sit them in the middle of the boppy, and it kind of protects them and helps them to sit up so that they don't fall over. And if they do, they're kind of protected. Do not leave baby unassisted on it, being in any of those positions. I try not to leave him unassisted with any of those things. That's why he's probably a little spoiled. So those are our 5 necessities for newborn to 6 month. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope that it helps you in determining what you're going to need for your newborn to 6 month. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them down in the comment section, and I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. I hope to see you guys in the future. Have a great day. Goodbye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe.